Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to Enigmatic 9 Expert Mode Live with Light. Hey there, Mac. Let's hop into the Discord. There we go. Okay. So we currently don't have a Boon, and George is usually later on Thursdays. So we'll just start digging, talk about whatever's going on, and yeah, it'll be good. So, had I thought this plan through regarding how I wanted it to look, we could have just not put any of the basic stones in here, and it would have just made it the way I now want it. But, well, I don't tend to think these things through sufficiently.
Hola.
Hello!
What is good?
Well, didn't think my plan through. Would have been a whole lot easier if I had. But here we are.
What plan would that be?
Well, the mound in the sky, had I not actually put the normal stones in the cannon, it would have made what I now realize I wanted, aside from a little bit of cleanup work.
Oh. Difference between the normal stones and the other stones is...
So, like, the way I want it is to have the dirt on top and then all of the ore veins and amethyst and glowstone and stuff hanging down.
Sure.
But it's got a whole bunch of extra just random, floor. And I don't want that part. And had I just not put the stone in the cannon, it just would have just not put them, and then it would be what I want. But I didn't know that at the time. So here we are. But it shouldn't take too long to clear it out. I just need to separate the bottom from the top, use my bow, get rid of all the stone.
Just clear the whole thing out?
Pretty much. Maybe not the whole thing, but close enough.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hey, Boon. What? Good.
What's that?
What's good?
Plenty of things.
Excellent.
Chocolate chip cookies, pretty good.
Nice.
Nice.
I don't have one, but
This
they're pretty
house
good.
That.
only rarely doesn't have chocolate chip cookies in it.
Oh, lucky. No, I do have peanut butter pretzel bites, which are also quite good. You can find them at Aldi if you have an Aldi.
Might have a newie. That ain't quite working. Never mind.
So what are we all working on today?
I can guess what Boon is.
Yeah, I was gonna
Well,
say.
yes.
Feeling.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Rumpelstiltskin.
That's a good guess, actually. Completely wrong, but it's a good guess.
Oh, thank you. I tried.
The real question is,
I'm
will
not
it
sure.
still be wrong by the end of the stream?
I mean, we'll find out.
Watch and find out.
Honestly, I think I just have to remember what it was I was actually doing. Because I remember I stayed on kind of all night Tuesday, just processing and grinding up all of the cobble I had left from the hole. I
Oh,
think
wow.
to mostly just to do it, but also I think I was trying to grind up the clay balls to make more terracotta.
weird. It's switched the position of my Enigmatica 6 and 9 installs in CurseForge. I must click the wrong one.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. As for me, who knows what I'm doing? I don't. I'm pretty sure once I log in, I'm gonna look at it and go, "Oh yeah, I was doing that."
Oh, yeah. All the advancements.
Oh gosh. Yeah, there's a few of those.
Just a couple.
Ooh, God of War's on sale for $20. Interesting.
What's on sale?
God of War, the is on
Like the
Epic
new
Store
one?
for $20. That's honestly not bad.
Yeah.
All right. So as noted, I shan't be around next week,
Okay.
and then the following week I'll be here Tuesday, but not Thursday, because
Okay.
we're doing our what do you call it? The thing that you do every fall with your friends, and you try and pick the right players, but you don't know anything about
Fantasy
football. So we just guess.
football.
That's the one. Yeah, we're doing our fantasy
Yeah.
football picks. I have been getting consistently third for the past like 2 or 3 years, so I'm pretty happy about that. Not having to put into the what do you call it? Package, the bundle, the not having to ante
pot.
up really.
Yeah.
The pot.
yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, my wife did some fantasy football with her cousins, and she doesn't know anything about the game, and so she picked them by name, and did
Good,
better
good.
than expected.
I mean, that's if I were to do something like that, that's exactly how I would do it. Because I also know nothing about the game hardly.
So are we saying like oh, I recognize this name, I'm gonna pick them, or are we saying
No.
like that guy sounds like he has a
No.
good heart?
Yeah, that guy has an awesome name. I'll take
Yeah,
him.
I
Yeah,
like
that's how-
saying that person's name. They're on my team.
Mhm. Yeah,
Alliteration, I'm in.
exactly. Absolutely.
South Asian, South Pacific. You're on the team.
Yeah, yeah.
Not many South Asians, I would think.
Not many.
All the more reason to show him some love.
Hmm.
I mean, my first year was basically auto draft with like changing like one person because I didn't want to keep just auto drafting basically. But like my second year, I'm like, hey, I picked that guy for my tight end, and he was injured for half the year. Even though it's telling me I should pick it, I'm going to pick a different guy because I don't trust his knee. I don't trust
Yeah.
his. And that year I was right. So ka-ching.
Yeah, but football might be one of the games that she knows most of the rules to, but I would not wager on that one.
I think I'm sure I don't know all the rules, but like, usually like, I haven't seen a football game in years, but I'd occasionally see them because like I'd be at someone's house and they just have it on,
Mm.
and I feel like just kind of watching it, I picked up more or less the general gist of it, and beyond that, I'm pretty sure my entirety of football knowledge as to how to play the game comes from the Water Boy. See, that's what you do. That's how you win fantasy football. You start just picking like really good football players from movies,
Mm-hmm.
fictional characters.
I think Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves from like what was that? The Replacements or
Yeah, the
something?
Replacements. That was a
Yeah,
fun
yeah.
movie. I like that one.
I haven't seen it,
Really,
but I like Keanu.
it's him and the
So-
Hackman and Orlando Jones.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that seems like a good time. I wonder if that's
You know-
streaming anywhere.
I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm saying it's a fun
Right.
movie.
Right.
And for a fun movie, it's really fun.
See,
my
that's the thing. As far as I'm concerned, if a movie is fun, it is good.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it entertains me, that's really all I'm asking for. Like a movie can be like cinematically perfect, but if it's boring as hell, like that's a garbage movie.
It's like you have done the impossible.
Yeah. Oh, it is on Tubi. Hey, maybe I'll watch that later.
I mean, I'd say I can recommend it highly enough. I can't say it goes beyond the Unbreakable or whatever. Row
Right.
fight out.
Right. Listen, if I think it sucks, I'm not gonna yell at you. I promise. And the likelihood, given the amount of what other people would consider hot garbage, that I'm like, I absolutely love this movie, that I consume on a regular basis, I am going to be very surprised if I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, looks like I'm just going through and filling out stuff like Frog was doing. Not there's anything wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mugwort, Yellow Dog, Mandrake, Belladonna. Oh. I'm like, what was that noise? What's going on? It was just my dog burping down here.
Burping?
Rock
Yeah,
on, burp dog.
I don't know if I've ever heard a dog burp.
I absolutely have. My current dog is not so much a burper, but
Mhm.
most of the ones I had when I was young definitely were. My current dog is a little more cat-like. Tends to get
Mm.
things that are similar to hairballs.
Ah, okay.
Stands right in the doorway, can't decide if he wants to go out or stay in. Stuff like that.
Finally makes a decision, you shut the door, and 30 seconds later he wants to make the
I
opposite
wanted to
decision.
be outside. You open the door again, he's like, did I? Now I don't
But did I
remember.
really? Hmm.
So chat, what should I play single player when George is gone?
Oh, I see how it is.
I mean, I'm probably not booting up Dead by Daylight.
Oh, no.
But you got something else you want to
Listen,
play?
I keep threatening that as a joke and mostly to tease Frog. I don't expect either of you to ever boot up Dead by Daylight. Quite frankly, it's for the best. The last thing I need is more friends who would be willing to play in that game with me, quite frankly. So I'm open to other things.
Because, like, I totally could just keep playing Minecraft, but it's one of those occasions where it's like, yeah, maybe we play something else.
Yeah. Well, there was talk of golf with your friends.
There's that.
I'd be down for that.
Oh yeah.
Also, I remember like somebody mentioned Monaco, which is a game I played once. I don't remember what is entailed in playing that game, but I remember having a blast.
I still didn't bother to look what that was.
Yeah. I don't remember. Like, all I remember is I played it one night, and I had a really good time.
It is a primitive graphics heist game.
Oh.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where
That's
like
ringing bells.
everyone's in on the heist together as like just like a good heist movie, but each person is a like player with like their own like ability,
Okay.
and you have to like get in and heist and get it out. And it's like absurdly simple graphics. I've never actually gotten to play it though.
Isn't it like it's kind of in the same vein as something like Hotline Miami, maybe?
I don't
It's
think
another one
so,
I haven't
but
seen.
Fair enough. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I've never played Hotline Miami.
Oh,
Just for
Hotline
some
Miami's-
reason, I have a connection between them in my brain, but I don't know why.
I'm gonna tell you, Hotline Miami is an excellent game.
Okay.
It is not unviolent though, so
Oh well, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah, no. I'm not against violence. I grew up on Mario. Wholesale slaughter of the innocent.
There you go. Yeah, too many people these days are on the side of like, oh no, violence is wrong. I think violence needs a few more supporters in the 2020s, if I say so myself.
every kid's Boon
Like-
says murder.
One of
Yeah.
the games on my wish list is described as a murder ballet.
Oh,
Like,
Is that-
you
is that
play...
the sexy brutal.
No, that it's a game where you play as a Viking, but like if Jackie Chan were a Viking.
Cool.
all right, yeah,
Yeah. And that's all there is to the game. Like, it's just you running around destroying people as amusingly as you can.
Yeah, it sounds pretty sweet to me.
Plus, I feel like video games, like Hotline Miami, like might be violent, but I also remember it being kind of like 2D pixel graphics.
Yeah,
So-
it's a top-down beat 'em
Yeah.
up, but it's like hyper frenetic,
Mm-hmm.
like very fast, and also the ability you have a very fast ability to restart the level again, and you
Yeah.
need that.
Ah.
And like you get
Oh,
like
like Super
it encourages you to go wild, basically.
Mhm.
But you know, high risk, high reward moves
Yeah,
for
yeah.
points if you care about points. But and there's guns and there's melee weapons and you can throw stuff to stun people and then murder them in horrible ways sometimes.
But like, it strikes me as like a game like that being hyper violent strikes me as hitting kind of the same as something like The Binding of Isaac, where like after 5 minutes you forget how horrifying
Mhm.
everything in that game is, and it just kind of becomes a little cute,
Oh yeah, I've thought
or it
about
doesn't
recommending
affect you at all.
Binding of Isaac to some people, and I'm like, now like halfway, like right before I start, I'm like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah, you gotta
what's
think
that game
about who it is.
So hear me out. You play as a naked toddler locked in a basement, crying
Who's
into,
killing his poo with
animated
his
poop.
tears.
Yeah, and his ultimate goal is to kill his own mother. And when that proves to be ineffective, he climbs inside of her womb. And it's about at this point in the synopsis that you realize whether or not the person is, game or not.
Yeah. Anytime I try to recommend The Binding of Isaac to anyone, I never describe the theme, because if you like that game, you like it for the mechanics,
Yes.
not so much for the theming.
See, I'd probably like the one weirdo that was like, this game looks so incredibly messed up, I love it. And then watched enough, it was so curious about it that I watched enough of it that I grew to love the mechanics. To the point that I wanted to start playing it. But yeah, like Hotline Miami doesn't strike me as the sort of game that's hyper-violent in the same way that, like, Manhunt is. You know?
Okay. I mean, I'll just say that some of the finishers do some. You know, you're like, it's just pixels. You do something like go to your opponent who's trying to crawl away because you cut their arms off like that and just gouge their eyes out, and you're like, oh, ouch.
Okay, so maybe Hotline Miami is violent in the way that Manhunt is. This is what I give for making judgment calls on games I've never played before.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, you know, like, I wouldn't recommend it to Frog, say.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
What am I doing wrong here? Why are you not making my thing for me? I want a thick potion, right? Stupid. Everything. Grumble.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by how much he enjoys Isaac.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Because, like, Isaac is... Like, if you actually look at what Isaac is, it's incredibly disturbing and disgusting, but, like, it's shocking how quickly you kind of forget how disgusting it is. And it probably helps because, like, you know, as gross as what the things are meant to be are, like, all the sprites are actually, like, kind of adorable. There's only a handful of the sprites that are, like, actually kind of really gross. Granted, maybe this is just because I've watched, I don't know how many thousands of hours of playing, or of watching Northern Lion play that game. So I'm
that's true.
desensitized as hell, but...
Yeah, and if it were as hard as some of the other games in the genre, I'm not sure he would have stuck with it quite as long. Because, like, Gungeon and Nuclear Throne are just ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever tried Gungeon, but I think I played, like, maybe a half hour of Nuclear Throne. And it was fun, but, like, my god, did I not get anywhere in that game. Like, Isaac is cool, too, because, like, if you, like me, watch thousands of hours of NL playing that game and then boot it up yourself, you kind of know how to play the game. Like, you still need the muscle memory to, like, tactilely play the game, but every item you see, you're gonna know if it's good or not, and what it does.
And I had watched enough that I won my first run of Isaac, and I have not come anywhere close to winning Nuclear Throne, and I'm better at Nuclear Throne than I am at Gungeon.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I wish I could. I think I have Gungeon, like, on the Epic Store. I think it was free once. But I don't think I've ever dared boot it up.
Because, like, it's really good, but...
Yeah, I love the game.
There's just so much going on all the time.
Yeah, I feel like that game is kind of like Zomboid to me, where it's like, I absolutely love the game, I own the game, with Zomboid, I bought the game. I played like 5 minutes of Zomboid, and I could not get into it. It's so dense. Like, I see how wonderful that game can be if you can get over the learning curve, but, like, it was so unintuitive and unfriendly for, like, a brand new player that I was like, I'm not ready to sink the time that would be required to get good at this game into this game, but I'm not returning it. I happily am supporting the developer because the game is absolutely awesome. I love it. I love watching people who know how to play it, but it's just not for me.
I understand.
Yeah, and it probably doesn't help that I watch people who are really good at those games.
Yeah.
Because there are a couple of people that'll run a roguelike pentathlon where they'll play Isaac, Crypt of the Necrodancer, Gungeon, Nuclear Throne, and Spelunky all in a row.
Yeah.
As fast as they can.
Yeah.
And it's just... I understand the Isaac part. I can do the Isaac part. I have played all of the other games, and no. Just does not work.
I saw recently, I can't remember if NL did it, but I think Dan Giesling was doing one of the roguelike pentathlons. He had the Balatro in there.
Yes.
I think it was Balatro.
And
Isaac was definitely in there.
And they'll put Hades in it because they like Hades more than
Hades
Nuclear Throne.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people I
super cool.
watched that were playing the one I mentioned have a second one because there are too many roguelikes.
Yes.
And so they'll put Hades in that one. They put, I'm trying to think what was in the second one. Noita is in there.
Noita, yeah.
They upgraded to Spelunky 2 instead of Spelunky HD.
How long before they introduced Darkest Dungeon 2 to the pentathlon?
Yeah, the thing was with the first one, they wanted to balance it at least a little on like how long each game takes.
Yeah.
Because like a reasonable Necrodancer run is only like 6 minutes long.
Oh wow.
And that's pretty much how long each of the 5 runs are. So you can get done the entire pentathlon in about half an hour if you're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the very first place I saw Baba Is You was on a mystery game-a-thon, and it was like the original pre-release version of it, and it came up as the last game in the series, and everyone was like, "What on earth is this?" And I fell in love with it. I haven't played it really much, but it's just such an interesting, fun little game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're playing if you're first here's V, and here's Balatro or something, or for example, and then you hit Baba Is You, and your brain breaks trying to understand it. It's just really funny.
Mm-hmm. Dark Souls of puzzle games. Void Stranger actually looks like it's turning out to be Dark Souls of puzzle games.
Void Stranger.
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Is that related to Void Bastards?
I doubt it. But it might be.
There's a lot of weird cross-pollination going on out there. I'll just say that much.
Yeah, I saw someone was playing it, so I watched a little bit because I don't want to spoil too much. But it looks like it starts off as a perfectly ordinary 1-bit graphic puzzle game where you're just walking around, pushing things around, picking things up. But then it's kind of like Monsters Expedition, where there was a lot of stuff there the whole time that you just didn't notice because it didn't tell you what to do with it until your next pass through. And you end up having to do several passes to learn the various ways you can interact with the silly puzzle dungeon you're stuck in.
Okay, sure.
And theoretically, there's story to it too, but I was trying not to pay attention to that. Sokobomb. I don't know Sokobomb.
I've been falling asleep to Avac. I don't know if you know Avac, but him playing a roguelike called I believe it's Cogmind.
Not sure I know that one.
Seems pretty interesting. I think it's very like kind of ASCII arty and very detailed and dense, but I think the general gist of it is you're basically a little like robot, and you progress through the floors or levels or whatever, and you pick up different pieces to equip onto your robot body that have like different effects and everything like that.
Okay.
It seems interesting.
Sure.
Granted, I'm only watching it in like 5-minute bursts before I pass out, but
sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah.
I do love a good block pushing puzzle.
Yeah, show those blocks the business.
Mm-hmm. But then when the blocks start talking to you, that's when you know something's gone wrong.
That's when you know the edibles have taken effect.
Oh no! I never put in a bonfire? Good for me.
Playing Dark Souls on hard mode here.
Oh my god.
As if it weren't hard enough.
It blows my mind that people run that game and like do no-hit runs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is insane.
I still remember what's his face beating Mike Tyson's Punch Out blindfolded.
Oh, who did that? Oh my god.
Oh, this was an AGDQ like years ago.
Oh wow.
I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, this year they had somebody playing Super Mario 64. They invented a new way of doing it blindfolded, where it's kind of like doing a Rubik's Cube blindfolded, where you get to look at it for a certain amount of time, and then you have to execute it blindfolded.
Oh.
And in one of the segments, the runner taught someone who is not a Mario 64 player at all how to execute a couple of the stars blindfolded.
Oh wow, awesome.
And so
That's
like
cool.
It's just ordinary person off the street doing blindfolded Super Mario 64 stuff, just to show how reliable the strats are.
That's like some very like 90s late night infomercial energy, and I'm here for it. That sounds incredible. I've reached cloud level.
That reminds me of when I was seriously playing Necrodancer and started doing death runs of it. Because I normally wouldn't have the bars at the bottom, just in general, but then I would turn the music off too.
Right.
And for a rhythm game, it's a bit challenging not having the music or the visuals, except for things moving in time, with or without you.
Imagine when they start playing a U2 song that you're not familiar with.
Thankfully, I was not playing with randomized music, which is a thing now.
Oh,
Really?
My God.
Yeah, they've added mod support, and they've been doing some interesting stuff with that of late.
Listen, randomizers seem to be like the new hotness,
And
and they're pretty great.
As far as you know,
Necrodancer
the
has
first real one was the first big one was Link to the Past randomizer because the game was
That
so well
sounds right.
made. We played that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Super Metroid, which I was never as good at.
Yeah, I still haven't played it.
Yeah, I
It's a
don't think
good
I've played any Metroid game for longer than like 10 minutes. Which is insane because, like, I love the idea of the Metroid series and I think Samus is awesome, but it's kind of like Lara Croft. Like, I've played one Tomb Raider game in my entire life, despite.
I've never played a Tomb Raider game.
Yeah,
I mean,
none of them here either. I
It's
did play Metroid
understandable.
Prime.
Yeah, it's like I had Tomb Raider 2 for PlayStation. Like that was the first like PlayStation game that I got. I didn't make it past the first level because that game is insanely hard. Which is why I kind of just didn't interface with the games much. But I wound up playing the reboot game, which I thought was a lot of fun. I thought it was very good. One of these days, I'll play the other reboot games.
What I find really funny is people who play randomizers of games they don't even like.
Maybe the randomizer makes them good?
Maybe, but Spike Vegeta has been doing a Donkey Kong 64 randomizer for a while, and like he never has anything good to say about the game. And he and a couple of his friends, for charity this past week, did a Donkey Kong 64 100 and something % run, just doing the whole game, and complained for just the entire time, going, okay, if you want to keep seeing whatever this garbage is, just keep the money coming. It's for good cause. Enjoy our suffering.
I mean,
And one of them was doing that same percentage, but as a randomizer. And it was the first time anyone bothered to do it, because anyone who plays the randomizer doesn't like the game, but they enjoy randomizers.
Fair enough. Like, that's when you know you're a randomizer addict, when you're like, I don't even enjoy this game, but it's got a randomizer, so I have to play it now.
Get up in the morning, randomize my socks.
Yeah, it's like them doing the yearly 602. I think it's 602, which is all of the stars and shines in the 3D non-Odyssey Mario games. And so they'll play Mario 64, they'll play Mario Galaxy, Galaxy 2, and then they play Sunshine, and they're like, why? Why are we playing this game? And then they just start making a list of all of the stars that they would veto if they had the option, or the shines in Sunshine that they'd veto. And like they all agree on like the worst. And then there's some debate on whether Watermelon is worse than, I don't know the other shines because I've never played it.
Yeah, same.
But like they spend an entire day, if not more, collecting all 602 stars in these games. But they have to be like, okay, where in this order are we putting Sunshine such that we don't commit suicide?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I did once allow chat to bribe me into playing Dark Souls. Because, like, Dark Souls is not the type of game that I had any interest in playing. Like, I don't like super challenging. Like, I play games on casual, man. Like, I'm not a good video gamer. I like to beat them without much challenge. So, like, Dark Souls is not my bag at all. But occasionally I keep getting people, like, come into my chat being like, when are you going to play Dark Souls? And I'm like, okay, fair enough. You guys want me to play Dark Souls so bad? That'll be $500. And then these psychos, Frog took part in it. He can tell you, these psychos over the like the course of like 5 months, like proceeded to raise the $500 to force me to play Dark Souls, and I did. And you know what? The first day was excruciating. I wanted to rage quit so bad, but I pushed through it because I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna like feel good about myself if like random strangers give me like $500 and I give them half hour before I'm like I'm done." I'm like, no, I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna try. And I wound up like making it further into that game than I expected to. I wound up respecting that game a lot more. And I even got to a point where I was like, you know, if I stuck to this, I could probably beat this game. But at that point, I was like 2 or 3 months in, and I was just kind of bored of the game. So I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Can I stop playing now, guys? You cool with that? Like,
yeah, I'm not necessarily good at games, but I love hard games.
Fair enough.
And so I'll just spend all the time. Like, I will spend 2 streams learning how to parry in Dark Souls.
Fair enough. Yeah. See, that is murder to me, man. I cannot. I'm just like, well, it's not even so much that. It's kind of like that paired with like how unforgiving it is, paired with like the enemies respawning every single time you rest in a bonfire, so you have to redo areas you already cleared out again and again. I'm like, that's no. I like progress. I like forward momentum. I like being done with an area and moving on.
Yeah. Whereas I like feeling like I'm getting better.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so I love the enemies coming back, and each time they're easier to kill.
That's true. That did feel good, I will say. Like, I kind of grew to appreciate that as I like stopped trying to play Dark Souls like I would want the game to play, and I started playing Dark Souls the way it wants you to play it and the way it wants you to interface with it. Once I got over that hurdle, I was like, okay, I get it. I can see the appeal. I could even, you know, get to the end of this, but like, my God, it would take me so long to do this, and I really don't want to devote that much of my life to just beating Dark Souls. Because at the end of it, it's like, oh, I beat Dark Souls. Like, you and like 10,000 other people who have beaten it way faster and way better than you ever could. Like, no one cares. I'm like, ah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'd say I'm kind of between you two, because I'm like I'll play it hard and I'll have fun doing it, but I will play it hard to an extent.
Right.
Because once it like, and I will try, but if I like 2 examples of me playing a game on hard, enjoying it, but then having to bail on it because of something absurdly unfair, are in God of War facing off the Queen of the Valkyries. I tried to beat her for like 3 hours, and I got so aggravated I just turned it to easy, and it was still a pretty tough battle. But I beat her. But still, like after a certain point, it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
And I think it was Shadow of War, the sequel to Shadow of Mordor. A lot of fun. You ever played the Nemesis system, or like there were like enemies, and like they would keep coming back sometimes, and they'll get upgrades. It got to the point where there was one guy who kept coming back so much that he was basically like entirely made of like stitches. It was basically like Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
But he had gotten so many upgrades from coming back so many times that he was only vulnerable to like 2 things, neither of which I like to do, and it only did like chip damage, because if you do the same move too many times, like it starts doing less damage. So whenever he showed up, it just turned into an aggravation more than anything else.
I don't feel like playing God of Orc.
Yeah, I don't feel like having you show up every time and trying to do anything. So again, in the end, I turned it down and I beat him up, and then I just went ahead and did like the last boss and beat the game, because I was tired of it. I wanted to be done with it. So
yeah.
But most of the time, I try to play stuff on like, not if not normal, then hard, but not. I don't think there's any games I really enjoy on like, here's absurdly hard mode, go at it, have
Right.
fun.
Yes, first playthroughs for me, I'm easy mode all the way. But if I can get through it on easy mode, then I'm like, okay, I'll go back and replay it like on the next level difficulty. You know?
Yeah, I personally tend to like games that are just hard. I don't
Yeah.
typically like games with the difficulty levels because
Right.
most times they don't make it harder in a way that makes it more fun.
Gotcha.
And so, like Necrodancer, it's just straight up hard.
Yeah,
Like there's a couple of ways that they make it easier, but like for the most part, it's just really hard. And that's what I kind of enjoy, because I like that. I like the Dark Souls, but anytime there's a game that's like, okay, you've got easy, you got medium, you got hard. On hard, they hit harder, you've got less HP, let's go. I'm like,
right.
Really? You couldn't give them more move
Is that
sets?
all?
Like,
Right.
like I enjoyed Cuphead because the higher difficulty level gives the bosses more moves.
Right.
Like, it gives them more to do. And I'm totally on board with that. But games where it's just like, okay, every fight is just longer now. Really? I'm not fishing out quarters in an arcade.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, our difficulty level is your enemies just have so many hit points that you're going to get bored trying to kill them.
Yeah.
What, you're saying you're not a fan of the Hush fight?
Well, see, the Hush fight isn't some other fight you've already fought, just he's crazy and stupid.
That's true.
He's his own crazy and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, Delirium, I'm not a fan.
Hush. Oh, that was the other one I was trying to...
But Hush is fine.
Who you're not a fan, sorry?
Delirium.
Delirium.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's every other boss fight plus unfairness.
Yep. And boss armor.
Oh God, you want this?
What was that for?
Making an offering to a god, and then they threw stuff
there you
back.
Nice.
They're like, sure. Damn it, dog. I don't want to run you over. All right. 2 gold leaves. Skies. That.
So we talked about the hard games. What is your favorite easy game that you really enjoy?
I trying to think. Like I have a ridiculous amount of hours in DVD, but I don't know if I would call it my favorite game. Maybe my favorite multiplayer, just because I don't take that shit seriously at all. Trying to think what. Like I really enjoyed or rather, I tend to really enjoy the Doom games,
Mm.
especially like the older ones. I enjoy the Resident Evils, the Silent Hills. I'm trying to think like what my favorite game would be.
Right, but easy.
But also easy, yeah. Well, granted, like Resident Evil, I'm playing right through Resident Evil 8 currently. I'm playing it on easy.
Right, but
And
is
it's a
it
good
easy
time.
even on easy?
It's pretty easy.
Okay.
There have been a couple of moments, a couple of sections that, like, you know, the difficulty level really doesn't matter because it just has like elements of like, if you screw something up, you are going to die and you're going to have to reset and try again. But like general average, like enemies aren't a huge threat because they die pretty easy. And also, if they hit you, they don't do a lot of damage. Like proper easy games that I enjoy.
One of the Kirby games.
Solitaire.
A lot of fun.
Solitaire. I'm a huge fan of Solitaire. I can win almost every time.
That's fair. And yeah, to your point, George, I love Kirby games. Like, they are
I've never played one.
very much my favorite easy games.
They look adorable.
Oh yeah, they are. They are. They are even cuter than they look. Just to play them, like,
Nice.
is him like wobbling around. Oh, it's so good. Let's see.
Yeah, I rented I think it was Kirby's Dream Land back in the 90s or so. And, like, I was a kid, not particularly good at video games, but, like, that was a one sitting, casual, done in 2 hours sort of game.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, yep,
the,
we're going to walk through this and I'm going to stab things with a sword. Slash, slash, slash.
I had the original for the Game Boy before you could absorb powers, and I had a lot of fun.
Wow. There he goes again.
Good stuff.
Oh. That was only because I took my shoes off because I didn't want to potentially break them. And I didn't consider the fact that they were giving me extra HP. If I'm fully kitted up, that is a survivable fall. I've done it plenty of times. So long as, you know, I have full health.
Yeah, walking sims are pretty easy. Trying to think if I know of any difficult walking sims.
Not sure I've really played any walking sims. I mean, I know what you mean by walking sim, but
Yeah, I think I've played a few. I played, what's it called? Layers of Fear. That's kind of a walking sim.
let's see.
See, that's the thing though, because even like playing stuff on easy mode, like I psychologically, even on easy mode, I assume it's going to be like impossible. So like even though the game itself is easy, I'm approaching it as if it is like impossible to do. So like even easy games don't tend to be easy for me just because I mind freak myself into thinking they're harder than they are.
There's monsters on my mound.
How dare you?
Gonna need to add more glowstone.
Stab of ancient knowledge highlights nearby netherite. That is cool.
That is handy.
It's a crimson stem. Hello. What do you call it? Nether. That's the place. Those blazes are still here. Damn it, cat. Get away. Is that really the closest crimson forest? Fine. Ugh. Start walking. Christopher Walken.
So much stone.
Trying to think of other easy games. I'm just having trouble coming up with ones.
Right? Games are hard, it turns out. Turns out they're all pretty hard.
Oh, never been to Crimson Forest before. That's cool.
Except for Kirby, apparently.
Yeah, Kirby's the only one. Because, like, I can think of a handful, or not even a handful, I can think of one. I can't even remember the name of it. It was something like, I think it was Adventure Lib, and it was like a simple, cheap little ad lib game that was like a medieval adventure kind of theme. And it took like maybe 5 minutes to beat. like it was very easy, kind of fun, but like I hadn't thought of that game for years until I'm like struggling to think of easy games that I enjoyed.
Oh, Base Wars. That one was
Base
really
Wars.
fun and very easy.
Okay, I don't know that one.
It's robots playing baseball,
Oh, all right.
but like with weaponry. And so if you try to steal a base, if you kill the robot that's, guarding second, well, then you get to go to second.
Hey, there we go. Finally, baseball that isn't boring.
And there's a chess game that's kind of like that. It was
Battle chess.
Battle Chess, I think.
Battle chess. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say it sounded kind of familiar.
That one, not any easier than chess. Just way better animated.
There you go.
En passant. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I take it back. I can actually think of quite a few easy games that I have enjoyed, but this is, not an 18 plus stream, so I can't actually name any of them we're talking about. But I think you can kind of guess what I'm talking about.
Why, Boone? I have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, hentai visual novels. There you go. Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah.
Don't
Fine,
Google it, kids.
You wrested the answer out of me.
And it's art.
It is absolutely art. I will say there is one. It's like free on Steam, and it's like on the surface you would think, okay, it's another one of these kind of games.
And then you realize
like,
it's Doki Doki Literature Club.
No.
Oh boy.
It does not. It's so far. It's still in development, but it has not taken any turn anywhere close to what that game does. But it's like genuinely like kind of a cool story, and like the characters are all very well written. It's like beyond just like horny game. It's like these are well written characters with interesting stories, and like they also, bang a lot.
That mosquito swarm had the sacrificial steel leaf axe of the bull.
What?
They really were hauling, weren't they?
I don't know where they were keeping it, but they dropped it.
It was working together to haul it around.
I don't know if I should pull that out or not. Yeah, let's do it. A little too tight in the middle here. I don't know if I've got Subliminal on my wish list or not. Because it does look really fun. Another challenging walking sim.
Oh, I haven't played it, but it seems like it would be like a fun, easy game. God, it's also a walking sim. Stanley Parable.
Oh, yeah.
Like Stanley Parable seemed like a really cool walking, like pretty easy walking sim game.
Yeah, it's just a fun story. I enjoyed that one a lot. It was weird enough for me too.
Yeah. Like it seemed like the only real challenge accompanied with it was like trying to figure out what all the different choices were. And like all the different kind of secrets and endings. I'd be terrified if like of the person who is like, you ask them what's your favorite easy game? And they're like, oh, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's Custom Night 2020 or like 100 mode. Like whatever the most insane mode is. It's like, yeah, that's what I put on to, casually play a game and relax and have a good time. It's like you are built differently and you scare me.
It feels like it's what like APM
But also
StarCraft
respect.
players do for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking through this. A lot of these roguelikes or roguelites can be pretty hard, but also pretty fun. Like because sometimes like you just roll the dice wrong and you end up dead. I mean,
Yeah.
FTL I love. It's a lot of fun.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Let's see. Here's the problem. I can't look through my game inventory because I have so many goddamn games. That-
You too,
Yeah,
huh?
there's
Uh-huh.
a new almost Balatro like out.
Show.
Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
You know, I've heard good things about Deep Rock Galactic. Can you guys ever play it?
I have not.
No, but I've also heard good things about it.
Just like a fun, like, team game of, like, going around and digging up minerals and fighting bugs and trying to get out before you die or something like that. But,
Yeah, that sounds right.
let's see. But yeah, I enjoyed Binding of Isaac. I never got as far as these guys did. Like, I never, like, unlocked the Keeper or anything like that. Like, I played it a lot and had a lot of fun with it, but I never went, went fully insane.
Yeah,
And, like,
I played a lot of it, but yeah, I remember, like, I think it's the only Twitch highlight I have saved was like me getting to the Hush fight for the first time and actually beating the Hush
Hmm.
miraculously.
nice.
But I think that was probably the highlight of my greatest Isaac accomplishment. Was that I beat the Hush once.
Not the Keeper, the one that you have to do like a secret series of stuff to unlock them. You know what I'm talking about,
The
right? Light?
Lost?
The Lost.
Not the Lost.
Oh, the Forsaken.
That's the one.
Mr.
Oh,
Boney.
okay. Oh, right.
You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, the original Lost had a ridiculous, convoluted way of unlocking him.
I remember that.
And then they were like, yeah, that's too much. You can just have him now.
Enough people have gotten past this gate that's no longer a gate. It's just a you know, list of things to
Open
do
door.
on a game FAQs ASCII guide. So you guys can always have it now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh man, game FAQs guides were always great.
Mm-hmm. Particularly when they had to draw a map.
Mm.
This is rough. The best part was sometimes it was just like, you know, oh, you know, just go left when you see this thing. And sometimes it's like the most intricate ASCII map you've ever seen in your life. You're like, you could be making art with this ability. Why are you here? Never played the beginner's guide.
Tried to once, but I couldn't get it to work.
Hmm.
Every once in a while, I'm reminded of the fact that Alf's real name was Gordon Shumway.
Wait,
It just
what?
comes to me from nowhere, and it leaves as quickly. I'm like, why did I remember that? What was even the point? But it's there, just waiting. Next time I'm not paying enough attention to whatever it is I'm doing.
Madam Erickson the Unholy.
Madame. relief. Archwood planks, 2 depths.
Should probably also figure out what I'm going to start playing once my dissertation is done.
Dissertation Simulator 2025.
Oh, I was looking at multiplayer games and I was like, wait, Tree Simulator? 2022? Tree Simulator 2023?
We've gone too far as a species. I think we're ready for the meteorite to hit.
Or like we can just
multiple
take a
years
decade
of
off from making
computers.
games and see
I
where we
think we're
are
good. Yeah.
as a people.
Yeah. See if we deserve to go back to making games again.
Then how would you know what it is to be a tree?
He raises a good point.
Mm.
Do I?
And when I
I'll give
sorted
it to
by rating, the top one that came up was Snail Simulator. Because
Now we're
most
talking.
likely it's got a review and it's good.
There you go.
And when you got 100% good ratings, you float right to the top.
That's all it takes.
I mean, to be fair, I did used to play Sim Ant
Pretty sure I
Who's
played that too.
way back in the day.
Is it like kind of like ant farm simulator?
Yeah, to some extent, yeah. Like, except like it's like out in like the yard, and like you can be like a worker ant or a fighter ant as part of your hot colony. You're out there like searching for food and calling ants to you to get the food to get back. And yeah, it's basically like helping understand like ants,
Yeah. That honestly
Like-
sounds
like
awesome.
legit. Yeah.
Yeah. But ants are not trees. Like, I feel like Tree Simulator, unless it's like goofy as hell, like Goat Simulator. Like,
Mm.
Tree Simulator would be the equivalent of like how what was it, Universe Simulator, where you could just like simulate a universe and just watch it simulate in real time. And not really much would. It is basically the equivalent of like a pretty screensaver.
And then, after playing it for 100,000 years,
Mm-hmm.
some
You
of the
get an
dust cloud has coalesced a little.
Yeah. And honestly, if Tree Simulator isn't like that, I'm gonna be disappointed. Like, if I get Tree Simulator, I want like step 1, like you plant tree seed in ground. Step 2, you wait.
No, I want
Like,
to play
however
as
long
the
it
tree.
takes.
Like,
Well, yeah, but
I
step
want it to
1
be
is,
a
like,
Five Nights at Freddy's fighting off funguses. Like, controlling the vasculature Tree
Okay,
Simulator.
okay. Yeah. See, I was just imagining, like, you start out, you boot the game up, and you're just a tree seed, and then you have to sit there in real time, waiting for the tree to grow. And then, you know, after like 20 years of running the game solid, it dings like the one solitary achievement it has, which is you have become tree. And then it deletes itself from your hard drive.
Congratulations, get the next version.
Yeah, yeah. You have to then retroactively buy every like the 2 decades of Tree Simulator games.
Man, now I want to try to figure out the most innocuous horror game that one could make.
You mean like a horror game that like doesn't seem like a horror game, but it's a
Yeah,
horror game?
like Tree Simulator, but it's Five Nights at Freddy's warding off fungus.
Oh, there's
Or
one. Oh.
the body horror that is Bug Snacks, the most adorable body horror game of all time.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Is it really?
it is.
I have to look up Bug Snacks first and foremost because I've heard of it. I've just never seen anything.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if you just see the game and if you just see a little bit of the gameplay, you don't know what that game is about.
I mean, I've heard the name Bug Snacks before.
Yeah. Catch mysterious living snacks and feed them to your friends in this unusual island adventure. Okay, I can see already the hint of kind of like horror in there. You know, living snacks, like, oh no. I think there was something like brush your teeth simulator or teeth brushing. Yeah, teeth brushing simulator. I own this. Of course I do.
Of course you
99
do.
cents. English language not supported. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know how to brush my teeth in French.
Let's be real. It's a 99-cent game on Steam without English support. It's probably Russian.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to,
Overgeneralize or anything.
Yeah, but we all know it's probably Russian. But yeah, teeth brushing simulator. Simulation, action, violent, experimental. Is the tags it has. But yeah, apparently it is on the surface it looks like a kind of janky, goofy teeth brushing simulator, as the title would imply, but apparently it goes horror. Like it
That's
just starts
amazing.
getting more and more horrifying.
Oh, it would appear that mosquito swarms can't actually fly.
Really? They just fall?
Like, they're trapped on this one block. And then I drop the block, and they fall to the ground. Huh.
Where'd you go, kitty cat? Oh, you're up there. Okay. You guys ever played Frog Fractions?
I have not.
Oh,
I have heard good things, but have not played
Okay, I won't spoil it for you then. But similarly to Bug Snacks, it's not necessarily horror. It's just
There's
it's
some
just really weird.
disturbing implications, and it's okay. It's weird. Gotcha.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I've seen an uptick in the explainers regarding the Midwestern yeah, no, and no, yeah idioms.
Is that a Midwestern thing?
Yeah.
Especially upper Midwestern. Like,
Don't you mean no, yeah?
yeah, no.
Well, I'm not originally Midwestern.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
So, like, I've picked it up a little, and I know exactly what it means when people say it, and I'll say it on occasion. But yeah, I'm not from the Midwest, so sometimes I'll still say, yeah.
That's weird, because, like, I've known about, like, kind of that, you know, grammatical style for a while, and I'm only just recently living in the Midwest.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was not like that back in Jersey.
Fair.
But then again, the part of Jersey I'm from, you get most of your accent from TV.
I got that there Pennsylvania accent, aka whatever. Little New York.
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't get the yins.
Oh no, I'm not a Yinzer. That's the other side of the state.
Yeah.
Bunch of weirdos.
Oh, so you're a Yangster, is what you're saying.
No, but apparently the term yawn. John?
Yawn John?
Hold on. I think it's. Let me look it up.
Thought that was just like underwear you wore when it was cold.
No, it's spelled Jawn. It's
Yawn
spelled
Johns?
John, which refers to any person, place, or thing that you cannot like. Instead of saying thingy or whatchamabob, you say yawn. Apparently.
Huh.
Yeah, it's apparently a thing. I missed that somehow. I don't think it's. I think it's relatively recent. Or maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Who knows, Chad?
The shadow knows.
Was that like Baldwin?
Mm-hmm.
It was, wasn't it? God, I remember that year. It was The Shadow with Alec Baldwin, and then The Phantom with Billy Zane.
Oh man, Billy Zane.
Ah, yeah. Good old Billy Zane.
I was answering a question. Wait, who's Billy Zane?
And then you show him, and you're like, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Guy from Zoolander. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't help me.
And the I'm gonna guess 1993 Tom Berenger film Sniper. That old classic. Yeah.
I remember when Tom Berenger was the substitute.
I also remember that.
And he was also the substitute in Substitute 2 Schools Out, and possibly Substitute 3 before he was replaced in the series by
Oh wait, go on, because I think
replaced in the series by the king of straight-to-home video movies, Treat Williams.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was pretty sure Treat Williams was there for Substitute 3. Was when he stepped in.
There's I mean, rest in peace.
I was like, come on, Tom Berenger's cool and all, but you gotta remember my boy Treat Williams.
Oh yeah, who could forget Treat Williams? I mean,
I know.
He's
a treat. Like this man's film career boasts not only the incredible 1998 Deep Rising, which is maybe one of the best like aquatic monster movies ever, but also what was the one he made with Joe Piscopo where he's a zombie cop? Dead Heat, I believe it's called.
What?
Yes. Look up Dead Heat. It's Treat Williams and Joe Piscopo as cops.
Joe Piscopo.
Joe
That's another.
Piscopo. Fun name to say.
Okay, Treat Williams' name in this is Roger Mortis.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Spoiler alert, his character gets killed off pretty early on into the movie, but then he comes back as a zombie.
Zombie cop.
Also has
It's like
Vincent
Robo.
Price.
Yeah, oh, that's right, it does. Basically, Dead Heat is RoboCop. If it wasn't a robot, it was just a zombie. But other than
1988.
that, it's basically the same movie. Yeah, 88 sounds correct.
But does
You
it
watch
have
for
the
free
biting
on Tubi.
commentary on
Oh.
capitalism?
It's worth every penny.
Does it have OCP? I don't know if I can watch a movie that doesn't star OCP as the evil corporation.
I want to say there's definitely an evil corporation involved,
Okay.
but it
You
may
know,
not be. It's like a sub, like, like a shell company of OCP.
Okay.
I would say.
I love, honestly, OCP is such a great, wonderful, terrible
Evil corporation.
evil corporation.
Yeah.
I have a Cobra shirt, and I think I might want to look into trying to find an OCP shirt just to have.
Yeah, make a collection of like shirts of like every evil organization from like cinema and fiction. So you got to get the umbrella shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Wayland Yutani.
What's that?
Wayland Yutani from
Wayland Yutani. You got to have the Wayland Yutani.
what else we got?
Shinra.
Shinra. Yeah.
InGen maybe from Jurassic Park. Are they evil?
You'd probably be better off going with Biosyn, because that was like the rival company that was more evil.
Was it?
But
Okay.
More evil, less incompetent.
Yeah, Biosyn was the rival company that Dodson was paying Nedry to steal the embryos for.
Okay, I did not
Yeah.
recall that at all, but okay. I knew he was stealing. I can remember.
Hey, some people aren't as big as Jurassic Park fans as I am. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, it's sad. I don't think I've seen Jurassic Park in years.
Huh.
Huh.
I mean, it still holds up. I haven't seen it in a couple of years either, but still very good.
Deep Rising. Which one was Deep Rising?
I feel like I've
Deep
seen that
Rising.
one.
It was starred Treat Williams, of course. It also had Famke Janssen in it and Kevin J. O'Connor. It was Stephen Sommers directed it. He was the guy who directed the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, the first couple.
Mm-hmm.
Deep Rising was the movie he made like a year before he did the Mummy, and it's like set on a luxury cruise liner. And Treat Williams is like a guy with a boat who rents it out to whoever can pay him.
Mhm.
And he rents it out to a team of mercenaries who are set to take over the luxury yacht and do whatever mercenary stuff they want to do. But by the time they get there, they find the yacht broken down in the middle of the ocean and being attacked by aquatic monsters.
I thought we were
Which
going to say
they-
sharks. I would
No sharks. This is a full-on Lovecraftian ocean monsters,
Eldritch horrors.
and they have to fight their way through the yacht to get away from these things and escape. It's quite good. Like I said, if you enjoyed like kind of the style and the fun and humor of the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies,
Mhm.
it's the same kind of vibe.
That's Deep Rising.
Yep.
Okay. Huh, I guess he's up for a posthumous Primetime Emmy for that
Oh.
Cody series.
I don't even know that.
I didn't know that either. Well, let's see what happens. Alright, where was I? Oh yeah, I was going to think of achievements because one of these is a thing I advancements, achievements, difference.
Well, there he goes again.
So I'm dealing with many high escapades. Oh no, but I didn't die on the ground level. I died at the top of the tower, kind of. So I have to go up there to get all my stuff. Oh no,
Oh no.
this is a terrible idea. There was a safer way down than that. I was just lazy, and I was pretty sure the fall wouldn't kill me. When will I learn my actions have consequences?
I mean, not in my experience, but
Well, without my armor, I move so slow. Oh my god. Like, this is default run speed in this game? Like, what is wrong with the Minecraft developers? This game is like 30 years old. Let people run faster than this. Are you insane? Like, what?
I've got a another horror movie night this Saturday, so
Ooh.
have another late '60s, potentially early '70s.
Nice, nice. You know what you're going to be watching?
I don't know which one's next, but if you look into the horror medleys, it's whatever the third one was.
Oh, is there actually a channel for it?
Because I don't.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well,
Horror medleys?
so like the first two that we watched, they're 4 or 5 horror shorts that were made into a
Right.
movie instead of a full feature length
anthologies.
anthology.
Oh,
I
okay,
suppose is
okay.
the word.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
musician. I go with my musician words.
I mean, fair enough. I like medley as a term.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, we started with is it Dr. Terror's House of Horrors or something like that?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
And then Torture Garden.
Okay.
And so whatever's next in line from Amicus or their ilk
Gotcha.
after that
Man, there's
is
some
what we're
good
probably
ones.
watching.
Let's see. Amicus horror apologies. Oh, it was theirs. So the Tales from the Crypt movie, quite good.
Yeah.
Demon Knight?
No. I mean the one from the 70s,
Oh,
72.
okay.
And then it's still based on the comic series.
Sure.
But it's 70s Amicus horror anthology. Quite good.
What is Amicus?
Studio.
Okay.
They were a studio like back in the 70s that made a lot of horror movies. They were kind of like a competitor of Hammer Studios.
Okay, that all tracks then.
Ooh, okay, that was also Amicus. So the Monster Club,
Ooh.
I remember being quite good.
It sounds like fun.
Yeah. I should be able to survive this. Yay!
Okay, tree, I don't I don't think I can have trees on this level.
All right, true. I don't like you, and you don't like me.
Sorry, it's nothing personal, but this is where the train is going.
Got a lot of built-up trauma from the years of playing Tree Simulator. Is that what it is?
That's good. I like that.
Oh wow, the sky changes color as you walk across the side of the mound. That's great. Good old fire swamp.
It's hilarious. I'm doing all this intricate stuff on top of the tower, and from the ground level, you can't see any of it at all.
Mariah the Gorilla Slaughterer has awoken nearby.
Yeah, that one comes up a bit. Feel bad for those gorillas.
Yeah. What the hell, Maria?
Gorilla my
Needs
dreams.
to be two. Yeah, I just read a thing recently about how Godzilla's name is a portmanteau of
Go on.
gorilla and whale in Japanese. So, gorilla
Yeah,
and
I think that's
Kujira.
That tracks. Yeah,
and so his
that
name is
sounds...
Gojira.
Mhm.
And we're like, wait. So it's a portmanteau of two mammals. Have we, this entire time, thought he was a giant scaly lizard, and he's really, like, he's got whale skin? Like, that suit isn't just a suit, being not quite a lizard. That's what his skin was supposed to look like.
Well, no, because Son of Godzilla hatched from an egg. So he's definitely an egg. Now, he could be like a
vipper.
platypus.
Yeah, platypus type.
Yeah, it could be a platypus type mammal, but I think it's safer to just say that Godzilla is whatever Godzilla wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of the whole thing with Son of Godzilla. It's like, well, there's an egg, so, like, was there a lady Godzilla, or is Godzilla a lady? And it's like, it doesn't matter. Godzilla is whatever Godzilla wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to argue with it, because he'll just snap on you.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Turns
he'll
out-
just irradiate your entire home, leave you
Yeah.
without food, to starve.
Yep. Turns out stepping on people and irradiating their home is like a surefire way to win every argument. There's no counter argument.
Oh, and for those of you watching at home, my wife's screen name is actually in reference to a kaiju that probably never made it into a movie, but did make it into a board game. Extortion Bunny.
Extortion Bunny? Oh, is it from King of the Monsters?
So in the King of Tokyo board game,
King of Tokyo, that's the one.
there's a rabbit in a giant mecha rabbit suit whose
Right.
entire purpose in the game is to extort money from the other players.
I think I played that game once. It was a lot of fun.
I played a decent amount of time back at when I used to be at Board Game Club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Hey, like, maybe you'll know. What can I put a mecha tool into to take in and remove modules?
There's an upgrade station just down the ladders into the bottom zone.
Deep Dark?
I think it's down the bottom there.
Okay.
Yeah, like the bottom.
Okay.
It might have. Oh, that is it. It's just Frog added more tables down there. I'm like, wait a minute. Which of those is right?
No, it's all good. I just had to pull out the one unit so I could complete a quest with it. It's all good. But yeah, I played a good amount of King of Tokyo way back when. I enjoyed it, generally. What's it called?
I'm not sure what to do with this side because that's there. We will figure that out once we bring the train over. Okay. That's pretty good. We should probably light this up to get grass spreading. I don't think the aura is sufficiently high to do it all on its own. There we go. Okay. Now go down to the bottom, check out how it looks from down there. Let's get rid of these.
Hey, Light, do you have a pneumatic jackhammer?
I do. That's the jackhammer I'm using.
Where you at?
Hold on, I'll toss it into the system. There you go.
Oh, okay. Let's look for jackhammer. That's much faster. Hey, thank you. Put it back in the system for you.
Okay, down we go. Yep, that's pretty good. And so now the only question is, do we put water in the well? And I think the answer is yes. Because then plebs who can't fly can still get up here.
Plebs.
No. You're supposed to put the creepy dead Japanese girl in the well so that she can kill us all in 7 days.
Not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, no,
got 7 days.
It's true.
I want to be dead now.
Listen, it's an antiquated system from back when video rental stores were still a thing, and you had to have the tapes back by within a week. That's what it is. So.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is like their copy protection. I get it now.
Yeah. If you don't return the tape within a week, they will send their creepy Japanese dead girl to come kill you. Is the thing. The late fees are literally murder.
You signed off on this.
Yeah. It's in the fine print.
We here at Discount Video bear no responsibility for your inability to get your stuff together. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we could run the train around this loop, maybe. Oh, wait. Giant stone thing in the way. Yep, around the outside it is. Okay, so Now to go see where it's coming from. And how we're going to get it to where it needs to go.
Got the wrong gold stuff. I got gold dust instead of gold powder. Like a fool.
Fool! Okay, so we've got ourselves a mushroom in the sky. How are we going to get it over there? We'll find out in a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, it's raining. That's nice. That means won't have to go out and water tonight.
Okay, I have returned. Just got a mushroom. What's our next step? Figure out how high the mound is. Because we need to get from 157 to wherever the mound is. $94. That is quite a bit lower. Do. So do we keep with the mushrooms? Do we use giant trees? Do we just laugh at gravity? Do we chop down this beanstalk and use beanstalk material?
I mean, why does gravity think it's so special?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fastest way to get more saplings is to screw up your recipe in the nature's producer. So.
Yep. Yep. Fastest and best way. Totally.
100% planned.
Okay. Train's gonna arrive in about 1 minute. We're gonna hop on it and we're gonna think. Ah, the cricket's here first.
Huh. Are you going to think small thoughts in the cricket?
No, I'm thinking I need big thoughts, so I'm gonna wait for the next one.
Okay. There we go.
There it is. All right, we can see about that raven that's on the train. Yep, there you are. They're surfer.
I still think that's awesome. Just one Raven just like, no, I'm done with this.
Done with this corporate life. I'm gonna ride the rails.
Hey, I'm done with equipment.
Okay, yeah. F5 has a bit of struggle when you're trying to look down. Oh, that'd be real bad if I didn't have fall protection on my boots. Thankfully, there's a river there in case it happens to somebody else. But I'm not entirely certain I'm on the riverside.
You're on the wrong side of the river. Haven't seen the mummy in a while, too. Do, 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 do. Huh.
So if you were free to improve your computer room however you wanted, what would you do to it?
Uh,
Mm.
big old TV mounted to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe computer speakers mounted to like one of those extendo things, like how you could kind of like a wall mount, but like on a pole. Because like I've got I'm my computer chair is a recliner,
Oh,
which is very
nice.
comfy, but the monitors are quite far away, so it'd be nice to be able to like reach forward, grab the monitor, and pull it closer
Mm-hmm.
on
Get
an
one of them
arm.
scorpion chairs that just
Yeah,
brings the monitor to you no matter what position you
yes,
recline
yes.
to.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe like a mini fridge.
Yeah, mini fridge would be nice, actually.
Mm.
Now that you mention it. Why do with a blackout curtain, too?
I got one of those.
Oh, yeah?
And black walls.
Hey, that's the dream.
Yeah, when we first got this place, this room felt really, really big. And then we painted it black, and everyone's like, how could you paint it black? It's going to feel so small. I'm like, no, now it feels right.
Right, yeah.
So now it's a big room that doesn't feel as big as it is.
Yeah.
And so it feels comfortable, but it can still fit so much stuff.
Yeah. Also, I love when people are like, how could you do that to a room that you live in?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, you ain't living in it. What the hell do you care?
I'm hoping that most people are just like, did you think this through? Because,
right?
like, I could see somebody being impulsive and painting the walls black and be like, why does it feel so small? Well, yeah, painting your room black does that.
I mean, fair enough, but like...
That's why most people paint them white or cream. It makes it feel bigger.
Yeah, yeah. But fair enough, but at the same time, let them take that journey.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're not asking you to paint the room.
Yeah.
Like, if they're asking you to paint the room and they're like, I want it painted black, and you're like, are you sure? Because I don't want to finish this, and then tomorrow you're like, can you come over and paint it white again? Because
that's not happening quickly.
That's not happening. I will not be doing that. But if they're painting it themselves, like, I don't care what color they're painting their wall at all. Like, I hope they're happy with it when it's done. Like,
shine on you, crazy diamond.
Yeah.
We never did get around to bringing the network over to my first mound to keep it loaded. Because then we could just have infinite XP all the time.
From the giant guys you got trapped in the basement?
Uh-huh.
Hey, FBI, it's totally cool.
Ah, good old edgelords. I did war crime in Minecraft. Yeah, my neighbor's daughter is about the age for that, where she does all sorts of crimes against humanity in Minecraft. And we're like, really? That's what you do for fun? Okay.
Sure. Listen, wait until she gets old enough to start playing RimWorld. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Nothing quite like War Crime Simulator 2013.
That's the best.
Like, people are getting hungry and more raiders. If you phrase it that way,
Oh, well.
they know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Hey, you live by the cannibalism, you die by the cannibalism.
Absolutely. the the raid shows up and you're like, oh good, my delivery order has arrived.
It's like way back when in Dwarf Fortress, if you couldn't find any iron, your best thing to do was to just generate some wealth and make a bunch of traps, uh, and wait for a raid to show up and just murder all the goblins and take their crappy swords and melt them down to the iron you need to
Oh, of course.
supplement your horde of tiny alcoholics.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So tiny, so alcoholic.
Like, it really kind of makes you think, right? Because, like, war crimes in the real world were like, boo, that's very bad, stop doing that. But then, well, like, we do that shit in video games all the time, and we see how effective it is. So it's like, you'd think we'd understand better.
Minecraft Steve doesn't have a family.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
Those villagers did.
Well,
They should have thought about that before they decided to exist.
exactly. Listen, if they weren't going to be murdered by you, they'd be murdered by zombies, like in like 2 or 3 nights tops. Like, those guys get themselves killed so quickly.
It's like they don't even want to live. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen those noses? I don't fully blame them.
Ugh, dying. Itchy. Fletching table, turntable, and a microphone.
Okay, before we start placing, let's figure out how we're actually going to make this work. Because I kind of want them to alternate, but I'm not really sure how to make that work. So we have this one go down and this one go up. This one's not going to be high enough yet. So we'll go down and then back up, up, and then back down. So this one would already need to be up to avoid this one. Three, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So erase that one, replace it with... No. We keep this one. We break this one. Because then it'll do this properly. Where's my wrench? There it is.
Well, someone just knocked something over, so I'll be back. Stupid dog.
Okay. Okay, 1. That was the wrong spell. A 1. A 2, 3. A 1, 2, 3. Here. Yeah, it's way too tight. So pick that up. Nope. There we go. Accept. Stupid fake block was in the way.
Well, I'm unsure what it was. It may just have been my cat chonking his way up onto the food table. So
Mm. Chonk, chonk, chonk.
As they do.
There. Okay, now these should be far enough apart that whatever I end up doing, nobody's going to crash into anything. Okay, probably should have left magic block there. Okay, so from here, we cross. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty sure that's how far it has to go. Oh, right. It needs to go down. Up. Up. Nope, that's not going to leave enough space.
all right, stupid dog. Because I want to do something more fun than just a straight shot. But these weird
horizontal spirals are nowhere near as easy as the helix. It might be feasible to have one wrap around the other instead of trying to have them go opposite. Can make it ridiculous, just have them cross back and forth. Put a bunch of signals. Oh. Giants are falling off their clouds. To their doom! One, two, three, four. Minimum here. And that's at 159. I missed. This one's at 160. So we can go one higher. A little bit of headroom. Strange thing for my rail line. Okay. This. So there. Okay, so now we've got these. That is not the direction I wanted. No. I want... Oh, that would not be good either. Sticking out by one.
Guys, I'm pretty sure my tower's haunted.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's wonderful news.
What's it haunted
But like
with?
something like maybe just a poltergeist, but the route that I take to go up the tower is like the same route every time, and there are doors associated with it, but like they're always open because why would I ever close them? But this time, as I was going up, I reached the elevator section of the tower and the door was closed. And there was another door that should have been open that I noticed was closed earlier, and I was like, that's odd. So unless one of you guys keeps sneaking over here and shutting doors on me,
That sounds like
pretty
Frog
sure
to
the
me.
tower is haunted. Oh, it could be. The ghost of Frog.
Uh-huh. Sure it wasn't Frog. Sure it wasn't.
Oh, is he in chat?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Bring him on in. Put him in the interrogation chamber. Because that's even beyond like, oh, maybe one of you guys came over and you like shut a door
Mm-hmm.
like on Tuesday or something. It's like, no, I just went up that way and went through that door and I did not shut it behind me. So, excuse me?
Okay. So, what I want... Oh, I know what I want.
What you really, really want?
Oh, I really do want it. It's gonna be expensive, but I'm gonna do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be enough.
Oh man.
And then we can make steel blocks. Yeah, sure can.
I'm still so far away from the build height. Oh my god. Because I was like, I reached like my little like tower or the like pile up in the sky that I jumped off of originally. And I knew it was super high up there, but it wasn't at the build height limit yet. So I was like, okay, well now that I've reached the bottom of it, let me tower, and I have much more blocks at my disposal. Let me tower up from here and see how much further I have. I've got so much further to go. My god. Now, if I can't reach the river from jumping off of this height, I don't think it's possible. The only issue is, from this height, I can't actually see the river, so I'm gonna have to just trust the mini-map. Here we go! Oh no, I didn't jump at all, I just walked off! Wait, it might be good! It might be good! It was good! Oh my god!
Ah, minimum 8 required, huh? Okay. We'll make them a little bit bigger. That is way too slow. No one's gonna believe that.
I don't know, I believe some pretty silly stuff, so someone might believe it.
I'm apparently making the world's slowest propeller to keep my tracks in the air. Nope. No good. Tearing it down. Okay, single tiny balloon. Also not believable. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use many tiny balloons.
You just need to embrace your inner Baron Munchausen.
Everything's still going okay with you guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, more or less. Tried to make a
Excellent.
propeller. It was way too slow.
Propeller. Okay.
So now I've got tiny balloons that just
Oh my
look
God.
like a street light.
Well,
Like,
I
that's
was going to tell you I have successfully jumped off the top of the tower and landed in the river. And as I
Ooh.
was attempting to tell you that, I accidentally fell off of my tower. But I've made an amazing scientific discovery. You can fall apparently from great heights, but if you land in a berry bush, you take no fall damage.
Interesting. Oh, probably because it slows you down when you.
Mhm.
I guess so.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I was bracing for the impact, and then I just like landed softly and took no damage. And I was like, "What? The berry bush."
There's a batch composter sitting over here. Composter. Glacial grenade and inferno grenade. Inferno. What else we got?
Yeah, definitely going to need the copy paste tool after we make one of these that works. Pretty good. Stand it up, give it a dome. Should be good.
Dome. Nice.
Yeah, pretty good. Just needs a couple of chains. We'll be on our way.
Hey, Light, all the thermal stuff we have over here, if I break it and pick it up and then put it back where it was, will it still be in the network or no?
It should be.
Okay.
because it's the pattern provider that's really important.
Okay.
Any of the upgrades you'll probably need to put back.
Nope, still in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, sweet. Multi-servo sawmill.
Okay. That's a pretty decent small hot air balloon. Okay, and apparently Frog has the only copy-paste gadget, so I'm gonna have to make a new one.
Could be worse. Could be a limit 1 per server.
Okay. Matrix. Plastic.
So what prank are we planning on pulling on Frog this time?
Oh, I don't know. The other one was just a matter of opportunity. So
Fair enough. What's nice is like we could organize that like off stream, and then I could do it on stream, and Frog would have no idea because I don't
Oops.
stream. So even if he's lurking in chat, he would never know.
I'll have to come up with something.
Okay, so that's this. Then we need Conjure Mage Block. We got a few of those. And then these are manipulation. We got plenty of that. Uh, 2, 3, 4. Crystal display. Oh, we got one. It's free. And then basic capacitors. 1, 2.
Let's see, so I still need centrifugal separator and sawmill. Oh, hey, centrifugal separator. Just hanging out right here. Bacon sandwich.
Making bacon sandwich. There's my copy paste gadget. Oh, right. The trouble with this thing is you can't necessarily set the anchor point. So you'll try to place your thing and it'll be like, okay, I'll place it. I'm like, no, I want it left one. Okay, now to remember how to use these. Options, controls, keybinds. It's not a mining gadget. Is building gadget. Is it? It might not be.
Gray glazed terracotta, kind of spooky with it. Kind of looks like a little eye poking out at you.
Ooh. Okay, so it's the only gadget we got. Ah, settings menu I set to semicolon. There we are. Okay, so Z 3 -1 X -2 +2 confirm. Nope. Clear. We're gonna figure this out, chat. So start here. End there. Open that GUI. So the -2 didn't work as I expected it to. Ah. There we go. So then the Z -1 +2. And then the Y should be correct. Oops. There we go.
The sneezies.
So that works. But it's going to place it relative to that, right? So if we switch it over to paste. No. Smallest X, smallest Z. I see. Okay. I can work with that. All I have to do is bring it on over here. and build it right here. Let's check our material list. Short on girders, short on wool. Et voila, we have another balloon. Okay.
Lime, wool, and a water essence.
Now we've got 2 small hot air balloons doing an impossible task.
Basic math.
No,
Uh,
even they can't do that.
Yeah, don't do that in public. It's just a bad idea.
Dude, that's a sad fact. Because I just think of that one math problem that makes the rounds on the internet every few years.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, there are 2 groups of people who are absolutely certain they have solved it correctly, and only half of them are right. But the good luck convincing the other half.
But so
Because
much of
well,
math is
stupid.
culture anyway, and so, like, they're both right in their own culture.
Oh, really? Is it deeper than that? The one I see is always like the trick is PEMDAS.
Yeah, because anything that
which
includes...
everybody remembers the first part of PEMDAS, they forget the second half, which is she always passes from left to right, indicating which order you're supposed to do these things in.
The trouble with that is that that's just communication. That's a cultural convention that...
Really?
Yeah, there's nothing in math that says it has to be that way. That is people trying to communicate clearly. And both groups know their way of communicating their math. And so when you try to communicate across those 2 cultures, confusion occurs.
Huh.
And so both groups know how to write math to communicate what they mean.
Yeah, they're both
within their own
right, just without that one like little trick
within their own group.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's some subtlety in doing multiplication, like implicit multiplication against parentheses, that I was never taught, and thus is not part of my mathematical culture. Multiplication is multiplication to me. But to other people, you do the implicit multiplication against a parenthesis before you do any other multiplication. And in some really weird fringe cases, that gives you a different answer. And then you've got the people who are just wrong.
Well, of course, and there's always a bunch of those people too. I mean, so much for math being the perfect language, man. Like, it turns out math has different dialects just like any other human language. Like, they're all goofy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know in my brain that there is no space between 0.99 repeating and 1.
Oh,
that doesn't mean I have to like
it. Right.
Every time I see it, it just makes me a little bit angry inside, and I just push it down and go, it doesn't matter. But it's there. It's gonna give me a heart attack at some point. Like, oh. Here's 0.99 repeating dollars. Go by
Like,
dollars.
okay, that also makes me feel better because I remember getting into a kind of argument regarding like some kind of statistics
Mm-hmm.
with someone once, and like I took an intro to statistics course in college.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really get into the nitty gritty, but it taught the basic principles.
Sure.
Um, and like so I was at least on that level pretty confident that I knew what the hell I was talking about, that but they insisted it was like the exact opposite, or at least different from what I thought it was.
Hmm.
And now I'm wondering if it's just another situation like that where it's like they were right based on how they were taught, but I was also right based on how I was taught, and one or the other of us was like missing whatever like step was involved to like get from one place to the next. Also,
Maybe.
I love
But there are
how
also a lot of bad math teachers out there.
that's true. That's true. Well, that's why I was kind of confident in my stats knowledge, because my math teacher for that class was actually like pretty good. Like this was the first math teacher I had ever had in any form of schooling ever. That was like when asked the critical math teacher question, or really teacher question,
Mm-hmm.
as to, because I think it wasn't the stats class, it was the algebra class that you had to take to be eligible for the stats class. A student asked, "Why do we practically need to know algebra?" And he was like, "You need to know algebra to pass this class." Some of you may be going into deeper maths, it might be useful there, but most of you are never going to use this at the level that we're teaching.
At the level that they're
there,
teaching.
Yeah, it's simply there to have like a class to pass, but that's really the only reason you need to know it.
Because like implicit
well,
algebra, you do without having been taught algebra. It's just solving problems.
Solving for X is pretty natural. You can kind of get there naturally, I would say. And that's probably like the most common form of algebra that gets used, I would think, anyway. I don't actually know. I'm just making shit up.
154. I'm going to double check these measurements. Chat.
But it's funny, right? Because there's that, I can't remember what stand-up comedian it was, but it's like, yeah, teaching kindergarten would be great because you could just tell them anything. You could tell them 2 + 2 = chair, and they'll believe it. And then it's like, yeah, and then in 9th grade, they're going to learn that 2 + 2 actually kind of does equal chair. That's actually kind of a correct math proof. You just have to solve for chair, is all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pairs of legs, half a back, half a seat.
There you go.
Or a carpenter and an upholsterer.
Oh.
Okay, so I have to go 60. In the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 chunks.
Okay, time to test.
So I need to go down 1 every 5 blocks.
It works. Like, not only does bush strat work, I'm pretty sure you don't even incur the thorn damage.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to test it again to confirm that, but I went off the edge with like 2 hearts, and when I landed, I still had 2 hearts, so.
Touching all the things. Boop, boop, boop.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We'll do one more and then add a set of balloons. And by that I mean I'll do one more and then realize it's 11 o'clock. Call it a night.
Oh my god, it really is.
Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, don't crack that one. We need that one to remind us of what we're doing. There we go. Interdimensional convenience?
I'm just touching everything that we have exactly one of.
Ah, the aerial
off some,
interface.
Yeah.
Where did you touch an aerial interface? Do we have one in the inventory?
Yeah.
Oh, handy.
And dandy. How one gets you legendary minigun.
Okay. My outros are way less formal. We're here Tuesdays and Thursdays. Dissertation isn't quite done yet, so no bonus streams for you. We'll have George tell you when he's going to be here and when he's not again, and we may or may not be playing Minecraft in the meantime. George.
Hey, I'll be here not next week at all. The following Tuesday I'll be here, and then not that Thursday because fantasy and sports. But then after that, I should be around. So no, yes, no, and then all clear.
Okay. No, yes, no. So we'll work out with Boon whether or not we're playing Minecraft next week or if we're playing something else multiplayer.
I'm good with whatever you want to do. Even if you want to be like, you know what, I'd rather play solo this week, you go do whatever, that's cool too.
Okay. Well, I will potentially point him towards a game called Full Metal Furies, and we'll see y'all on Tuesday. Bye-bye.
See ya.